Hello everyone, it's Jules here with Beanie.
Hello.
And welcome back to another episode of the Monday Night Wah, set on the one and only Brobna. And today we have a super special battle report for you because I know what you're thinking. Isn't that channel that always does boarding actions? Well, shut up, you idiot. We're back playing Kill Team and we're using the new team, the Beastmen from the Gallow Fall expansion. Ooh, baby! Because today they are taking on the silent and deadly Phobos Vardy boys.
That's me.
So here we are in the crusty and crystally halls of the Gulodank, and today we are fighting for objective Een, which is all about the power, baby!
Power.
Now the Phobos want to secure this to get a ride home off the Gulodank that is slowly crashing into the multiverse that is Brobnar below them, and the Beastmen, well, they just love the glowy stuff. They think that it's going to allow them to get closer to their gods, albeit in a very fiery and explosive way. They're going to be melted, fused to the gods.
So they're not bright then?
No, not in the slightest, my friend. Over here we have two other objectives that also reference salvage points on the map. We've got the crates over here, which is a crate place to be. There's lots of supplies that they can get from there. And also, this is Barreltown, USA, where there may be some juicy fluid to slurp and sip upon over here.
Delicious.
So these are going to be worth 1 VP if you hold them at the end of the turn. And you perform a mission action over here to turn on the power, to siphon it, and you get 2 VP for doing that each time that you do. But remember, you've got to be up on the platform to do it, so you need to contest the objective, you need to actually hold the objective in order to be able to perform that action. So, pretty spicy indeed. Now, let's go meet the teams. So here we are with the Beastmen Kill Team. What a lovely and horrible bunch they are. They are led by this guy here who I painted up to look like he was part of the Fallen, but did it at the end of my painting schedule, so that meant that, well, I really liked the colour scheme and kind of wished I'd done it for everyone else. He is supported by the Wise One over here, who is a shaman who can cast a few spells and also make your life an absolute misery. He's got the Gong Boy next to him. These are not the official names, you might have noticed by now, who provides a pretty cool buff. Anyone around him, if you shoot them and do critical damage, he turns it to normal if they're within square of him, and he's got a 1 AP ability to give himself a 3-up invulnerable save.
What?
Yeah, he's a bit of a spice-la-mange. We've got a Skull Taker over here who can buff his weapon to 8 critical damage if he kills people in close combat, potentially. I would love to see it happen. He'll probably die first. I've got another guy over here with a Man Crusher. He is just incredibly...
Vicky the Man Crusher.
Yeah, he's just incredibly hard. He's all about that life of being thuginificent. Then over here, we've got a guy who is in love with Slanesh and the multi-limbs that are benefited from worshipping at that foul temple, and can run through people, causing D3+1 wounds if he passes through engagement range, which is quite nice.
Gross.
This guy here is all about the killing. He's got a cool ability, which is that if you are not ready when he fights you in combat, if your operative is already activated, and he rolls a critical hit, he gets to resolve another attack at the same time. Brutalissimo. We've got everyone's favourite, the bionic fist-wielding guy over here, whose special ability is that he can change his order from conceal to engage at the end of his turn, which is going to be very useful in the halls of the Gulodank. And then we've got a little toxic sludge pot over here who likes to throw smog bombs, which can minus your AP, they can cause all sorts of confusion, and he can just create a little bit of a smoke screen. And finally, we've got the very, very saucy Beastman over here, who uses his whip to -1 of your melee attacks if you're within range, and can also stoke the fires of fury within the rest of his team and give them an extra APL. Pretty
Kinky.
nice indeed. It's a very good spread here, and they've actually got a surprisingly large amount of wounds, about 10 and 11 each, but their save is poo-poo pancakes, a 5-up unless they are next to this guy. So yes, let's see how they do as they take on the Phobos. So Beanie, tell us about your Phobos Kill Team right here.
Well, they haven't changed at all since their previous runnings. So we have the sergeant over there who's looking at his watch and pointing at things. Next to him, we have the veteran with his not power knife. Yes, he's quite tanky.
Love it.
Next to him is the marksman that has a tiny little gun on his backpack, which I've always thought was very silly and quite cute. Pew pew. Next to him is the medic, who will almost certainly be the first to die, because he always is.
Oh, he is my primary target #1. I hate the ability to pick people back up off the floor, and I'm going to try my best to make sure that never happens.
And then next to him, we have the remote mine layer, who is poo-poo pee-pee pants.
Yes,
but I quite like him.
But...
So, yeah, I'm going to use him to be quite annoying. And then next to him is the most gangster-licious person in the whole team, the Mine Layer. You love him. He's such a knob.
Oh, he's such a bane of my existence, this guy. Every single game, Beanie drops the mine down, you walk around and he goes, oh, do you like having all of these mortal wounds done to you? And it stays in the battlefield even after he dies, which is just gross.
Well, it makes sense. Like, why would the mine magically disappear?
No, but still, it would be nice if it did go. But yeah, there we go. So those are the 2 kill teams today, and we are going to be playing here. So let's get ready to crack some skulls.
Woo!
So here we are after deployment, and things are very silent indeed. Silent, but deadly, because all of my Ravagers over here are on conceal, mainly because I want to make use of the fact that I can't be shot at, or at least it's more difficult for Beanie to shoot at me, and I can move silently through the Gulo Dank towards objective number 1. Beanie has done mostly the same, but has 1 operative, 2 operatives on Ungaj, which allows him, and this one is the...
So that's the veteran with the not power knife.
Yep.
And the marksman with the tiny little gun on his shoulder.
Beautiful stuff. Oh, by the way, when you selected your operative, the marksman, what 2 rules did you give him? Because remember, you can give him like lethal 5-up and...
So that's on the veteran.
The veteran, yeah.
So he has been given lethal 5-up, and I'm going to give him...
P1, because it's always quite useful.
Yeah.
Yep, cool, right, so that means that I'll only have 2 dice saving on 5-ups, so that should be quite a lot of damage there. Nicely done, but remember, if Beanie does kill one of my operatives, they have a lovely rule, this group here, called Frenzy, which means that they don't technically die just yet. They get a little token put next to them, and they will die after their next activation, or if they take a bit of damage in combat. I'll explain more when it comes up. But it does mean that with a bestial fury, they get to make one last-ditch attack or effort to try and change the tide of battle. It should be pretty bloody indeed.
So you've got 10 guys, and they have like 10 wounds each.
Yes, sir.
So we're looking at 50 wounds there to my...
Hey, listen, man. I never said 50? The words. I'm not saying the words power creep. You are. That's the thing. So here we go. It's time for turn 1, and Beanie won the roll-off, so it's time for his first activation. And by the way, we do roll-offs on this channel. Get used to it. Yeah! So in the strategy phase of Turning Point Ian, I used a special ability for my Ironhorn, who is my leader, called Call the Attack. Now what this means is that he and every single operative that is within 2 inches of him, or 2 of circle of him, gets to make a free dash before the battle begins. Very nice indeed. So I've moved people up to the hatchways over here so they can burst through and start tickling objective number Ian. So it is Beanie's first activation. It's his go. Kel surprise. What a shock. What a plot twist. Beanie activated the mine layer first, went forward, dropped a mine onto objective number 2, and then dashed around the corner to laugh and giggle at the reflections of himself in the crystal. Fantastic. I love it. Cheers. Over on the Ravager side, I decided to use my big boy over here, the Gnarl Scar, to move through the door for 1 AP, and then he's ended his movement up against that bit of the door there. And then Beanie moved his...
That's the remote mine layer.
Remote mine layer over here. He opened this doorway and then ended his turn over there. And then finally I bounced back over here. My Skull Taker advanced forward. He opened the door and ended his turn in the middle like a big old idiot.
Ooh, and my sergeant.
Oh, and your sergeant has also moved over here. He stomped down the hallway for his move and dash, and then he strategized, which allowed him to get 1 extra CP. Not bad at all. Back to me. Catch-up time the second. There has been a fair bit of movement. A lot of the Beastmen are coalescing over on this side of the board, and Beanie has started to put up security checkpoints over here. That great line of sight down there is going to prove dividends when I try to move forward into the room with objective number 1. Now, specifically over here, this operative has used an ability called...
Guerrilla Warfare.
Which allowed him to change from Engage over to Conceal, which is going to be, again, very useful in case I get any shots off. Ha ha ha, I'm kidding. I only have auto pistols. Oh dear.
Deadly auto pistols.
So here we are at the end of Turning Point the first, and a lot of Beastmen Ravagers are over here and here. They are trying to get behind the Gore chosen. Oh, I'm going to just call him the Skull Taker because that is what his weapon is called. And my giddy aunt, they're like, get out of the way, mate. And he's like, no, I don't want to. I'm going to stay in the way. Look at my bum. And then the rest of them over here, they are all grouped up, ready to push forward from this hatchway through over to Beanie's territory. Now, at the end of the turn, Beanie and I both score 1 victory point because I'm controlling this objective with my Poxy Boy, and you have got, well, let's just say that the mine is controlling it, because that is definitely what is happening here. So we end the turn with Ian point. Now it is time to roll for initiative. So I won the roll-off for turning point 2, and I've started by pushing through my Bionic Fist Brayherd guy over here, who kicked open the door and has also moved in. He's staying on conceal right now, because even though I'm probably going to be peppered with shots from people who'd like to get up on top of that objective, I feel like he's in a better position hiding behind here, trying to mitigate the shots coming from this area. Now, before the round began, I used my leader's special ability to group people up closer to the door to get the most of their movement, and in the strategic ploy phase I played Reckless Determination, which means that in the roll defense dice, if Beanie is shooting at me and I'm not ready, then I get to retain one of my saves, a successful normal save, instantly, so I count as being in cover for expending all of my energy. And Beanie spent...
So I have played Vanguard, which gives them an additional inch of move. They ignore the first circle of trying to climb, and they automatically pass jump test. The jump test doesn't apply.
Nice.
But the other thing will be very useful for getting up there.
Because then he can basically go around the corner, up onto the objective, ignoring the first circle of movement, and then he'll end there, being able to use his final AP to flip the switch.
To get the points. Nice. And I've also done Bolt of Discipline, because why wouldn't I?
Yep, two shots with any weapon that has the bolt keyword. Nicely done. It's over to Bean. 1. The reactor bursts to life as Beanie's operative makes his way onto the top. Using the Vanguard extra inch of movement and ignoring the first bit of circle of climbing, he's managed to get on top of there and flip the switch, gaining Beanie 2 victory points for doing so. Doesn't that look lovely? Now, boys, we've got to figure out a way to get him off of there. So Beanie's sergeant decided to push up here and block the doorway with his thick heftiness, commanding from the front and with that sexy rear. Now, he's just basically said, strategize, 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 so Beanie's got an extra CP, and I responded with saying, well, you know what? You may be hot stuff, but things are about to get hot, 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 because Shaman McMahon over here has decided to use one of his special powers called Curse Weapon. Select one enemy operative in the line of sight, and I can most definitely see this bad boy up here because he's got engage order. I'm giving him the hot keyword rule for when he does his Overwatch action later on, which means that if he rolls a 1, he will take 3 mortal wounds.
Hot stuff.
It's so silly, I love it.
Yeah.
So here we are after a fair bit of movement. Beanie has decided to pull back over to objective number 2 because he's realizing that the amount of bodies over here amassing onto objective number 1 is scientifically intense. Troubling, worrying, pant-pooingly bad. And we are now into the Overwatch phase because the commander over here is pointing over here, but he's actually going to try and say, you, up here, shoot down at that horror that's decided to move through the hatchways over here and end his turn there. Now, the sergeant can't shoot him because it's crossing a cover line of a corner of a wall, but this guy up here most definitely can shoot down. So he's hitting on ballistic skill.
So it would be 4s instead of the 3s. He is the Saboteur.
He is Saboteur. And what's he going to do? He's got some guns.
So he is going to shoot with 4 attacks, now hitting on 4s with lethal 5-up.
And remember, ones are hot, hot, hot.
Luckily, I have 3 CP.
Amazing.
To try and get away from this nightmare.
Now remember, at the beginning of the games, I played Reckless Assault, which means that I get to retain one of these immediately as a normal save. So I will be popping down a 5 over here. So please, roll your dice, Beanie-O. There's the hot, hot, hot.
And I missed with everything else.
Is it a reroll?
So I'm going to CP that.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Into a 1. That was the best ever.
That's the worst situation you could have. Okay, standing too close to the reactor is starting to singe his little fingies.
How did you miss with everything, you goddamn Space Marine?
I fear no fear. I have no fear.
I feel so much fear.
So there we go. He's down to that many wounds remaining, and that is the end of the Overwatch phase because no one else can unless I move and end in range of the sergeant there, which I'm not going to do, but all of these guys I get to activate. This is where that horrid, squalid lot ended their turn, basically casting a very deep, chaosy shadow over this guy over here, the Saboteur. Now, even though Beanie is 2 victory points ahead because he turned on that power source, I am now in a good position for turning point 3 to start messing him up. So let's get rolling for initiative. So here we are at the beginning of turning point 3. And I won the roll-off, so that means that I've got the first activation. But there is a little bit of a problem. Beanie has strategically placed his model up here to the point that I cannot actually join him on the platform. I can't actually get my model onto this around there, which is so annoying, which means that he will score another 2 victory points, and I can't even charge up to get him. So I'm going to have to figure out a way of getting him off that point. But I will worry about that at another time. At the beginning of the round, I did my free activation movement here with my leader, who did a free dash. Everyone's getting a bit closer to where they need to be. And then I paid for 1 CP for ambush, which means that when I flip my guys from concealed to engage, I get to count 1 of their normal attacks as a critical hit in combat, of which there will be, hopefully, a fair amount.
None.
So we're going to go into my first activation, and I'm going to have a little bit of a think about what I need to do. So here we are in combat against the Sergeant because my Gorehorn has decided to charge in, and I'm also going to spend 1 extra CP because he's got a lethal 5-up rule for Animalistic Fury. When I'm in combat and I score a critical hit, inflict 1 additional damage with that strike. So it's 4s and 6s, and remember, one of my normal hits can be boosted to a critical hit for free with Ambush. So let's see if he gets anything. He's hitting on 3s though. Okay, so we got the crit. That's absolutely fine on that one. My normal hit, I'm going to boost that one to a crit. Is that right, what I can do? Yes, I can. And then I'm going to spend my other CP to re-roll this dice for a 4. So I've got all hits coming in against your Sarge, who does strike back with 3 big booty blows. So the first thing is that I'm going to do 6 damage to him there.
Okay, so he's down to 7.
Yep.
I am now going to do 4 back to you.
And then I will do another 6 damage to you.
I will do another 4 to you.
And then I will finally kill him with that one.
Fabulous, crabulous. But you lose 8 health.
I do lose 8 health for the privilege, but that's not all, because now I'm down to my last CP, which I'm going to use for Blood Sense. When I have taken an enemy operative out of combat, when he was within engagement range, select 1 other ready friendly Beastmen Ravager within square of him, and I get to immediately activate him. So I'm going with this guy with another charge around the corner into your medic. So we're around the corner here with my Flux Bray, and I'm about to flux you up, my friend, because I'm hitting you on 3s with 4 attacks, and it has the Relentless keyword, so I can reroll everything.
Who needs to reroll?
Not even going to bother trying to fish for the crits there, because I feel that that's fine, and I get to boost 1 to a crit as well. So 3 crits coming in. That is 19 damage so far. So please, do your worst physician. Oh no. So, to add insult to mass injury.
Oh, hang on. So, let me think. He's got 10 health.
Yes, sir.
Even with a reroll, you'll be able to kill my guy before I'll be able to get 3 hits in anyway. Doesn't matter. Cool. I will just lump it.
I'm going to parry straight away and get rid of your crit.
You're such a jerk. Then I'm going to hit you for... hang on. So, how many are they?
They are 5 damage apiece.
Okay, I'm going to parry your regular then.
Okay, so that is going to be 10 wounds in that. So he's not dead, but he is on een wound remaining and locked in combat with me. Oh, is it 2? Oh, yeah, because he's got 12. So there we go. That's the end of my combat over there. And now we get to go to Beanie's turn, which I assume he's going to use to activate this guy and score yourself 2 big pointies.
So, yeah, he flips the objective again. I get 2 points, and then he's going to take double shots.
I can't even bloody stop him. So annoying. So it's Bolt of Discipline. Who is he going to shoot at?
Everybody.
Pachoo, pachoo, pachoo.
So he is going to shoot at your liege lord.
Yes, over here. My lord, my lord.
And he's the one with the poo-poo pee-pee time bazooka thingy. So it's going to be 4 shots, hitting on 3s, lethal 5-er.
Oof, nice.
And is the hot keyword still in effect?
No, this is gone now, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is the
thank
end,
you,
end of the
sweet
turn.
baby Jesus.
So please, do your worst or best. Oh, you did your worst.
I did my worst.
You
so
did your worst.
I'm going to spend a CP.
In the PP?
So that is a lethal.
Cool, how much damage does it do?
4.
Okay, so I've got 3 saves of 5 up to see if I can prevent that. I do indeed.
It just needs to be
it's lethal, isn't it?
Yeah.
In that case, then I cannot stop it. So it's going to be how much damage, sorry?
A whole 4.
Damn you, Beanie! It's time for round 2, and Beanie's going to shoot at the same target again.
Ooh, no.
You're going to pick off the weakened?
He's going to pick off the
weakened one. Oh, 3 big hits.
Yeah, so crit and 2 regs.
And it's P1, didn't you say?
Not on him.
Okay, right, okay, so here we go. 3 saves. I do not make them. He is dead, or is he? No, he's not, because remember, when you're
He's already
incapacitated
activated
for the
them.
first time, he's already activated, which means it's the next time that he activates that he'll die after that.
Oh, that's so much grosser than I ever thought imaginable. Ew.
Yeah, so here we are with the Frenzy ability over here, and it says that you can only incapacitate a Ravager that has a Frenzy token if its activation ends or it's hit in combat in these two scenarios here. Now, its activation has already ended for this turn, so does that mean it dies? Well, it's saying that it has to end rather than it has already ended, so he's still technically alive. But remember, if I'm wrong, let me know about this. If this is just not the bad wording on this bit here, needs some clarification, let me know. But I'm reading it as you have to be able to end its activation, its next activation, for it to be taken off the board. Let me know in the comment section if I'm wrong, because otherwise it's pretty brutal. It's pretty bloomin' brutal. So I'm trying to get Beanie off of this hot here, and now that I'm inspired by the glowy reactor that is probably boiling hot, my leader over here, the Ironhorn, is going to fire his plasma pistol up into him and hopefully try and remove him from there. I am going with this supercharged 4 shots, 5s and 6s, AP2, but the problem is it comes with the hot, hot, hot keyword, so that means that I could be about to singe my own buttocks rightly. So let's just see how it goes. I do very well indeed. I'll re-roll that one. Oh, there's my 3 wounds coming in from that one there, and I've got no CP to re-roll it, but I do score 3 Big Bang Bazinga Bean hits, and you are AP2, so please roll your DC Dicey. You do not make it. So
I'm going to CP that.
Yeah, that's a good plan. It is a 4.
Now I'm going to pay for transhuman, so
Okay.
that's 2 CP to retain it as 1.
So that means you will be taking 10 damage. He is still dead.
Then
Just
I
5.
shall not pay for that and just let him die.
Right, okay, well that's one problem taken off, and that means that I can move up and score some points on it
But
now.
you can't activate it this turn because I've already activated it.
In Beanie's turn, he has pulled back his medic over here, and he has regained 3 wounds using his little healing salves that he keeps in his wrist. Now the thing is that I can't get any points out of this because it's already been activated this turn, but I can start positioning people on top of it in order to make sure that my next rounds are going to do some actions. But the only downside is that the Berserker is too stupid to do it because it takes him 2 activations to do any sort of mission. I need to keep this Gong guy alive because of the fact that he does incredible work for me when it's turning critical damage into normal damage. So I guess it's got to be the guy with the Man Crusher. He's just going to use both of his movements to stand on top of there and bray very loudly indeed.
I am the Man Crusher.
Okay, so Beanie has chosen to activate his...
That is my Infiltrator Veteran.
Ooh, lovely stuff. And he is going to try and infiltrate the other side of my brain with his bullets because he's going to fire twice now because of Bolter Discipline. I'm assuming at the Flux Spray.
Yes, and can I then shoot Mr. Frenzy no wounds?
No, because he doesn't count as being anything. He can't be incapacitated in any other way, so I assume that it's a waste of time even trying to target him.
Okay, cool. So let's see if I can hit this guy. So 3s is lethal 5 up and P1, so 6s are wonderful. Well,
Yeah,
no, 5s are also wonderful because they count as crit.
Yeah, this is going to suck. Ouch.
So that takes away one of your saves
Yep.
and all hits.
Yep, I've only got 2 saves of 5 up. Let's see it. I get 1, but unfortunately it's not enough to block. How much
Yeah,
damage for them?
So that would be 9 in total.
Yep,
So.
he's out of there. Or is he? Because it's time for another Frenzy token to be put onto him. Yum, 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 yum. So here we are. It is time for another shooting attack because I moved over here and opened this hatchway, and Beanie has decided that he wants to move one of his operatives over here and start shooting down at my poor sadist goat over here. So please.
Normally we wouldn't be able to do this, but because I have the multi-spectrum array, he needs to be 2 circle away from the
doorway.
the doorway to count as being in cover. So I'm going to be able to get 2 lots of shooting at him, hitting all 2s.
Okay, here we go.
And it's lethal 5-er.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
AP
and it's AP1.
Okay, cool. So it's P1. I make 1 regular save.
Which would stop that.
And then how much damage is that?
So that's 8 damage there.
Because I'm still alive on 2 for now.
And I'm going to shoot you again.
Here we go.
Thank you, Bolter Discipline.
Round 2. Ooh, I think I'm dead no matter what on that one there. I don't think I can save it, but that means it's time for another Frenzy token. So, at the end of a lot of moving, Beanie has managed to pick off another one of my Beastmen over here, putting him onto Frenzy. I have responded by moving my Shaman over here and opening the door, ready for this guy, my big Bionic Fist wielder, to charge on through. Now, there is a lot of issues here, because Beanie put this guy on guard, and that is going to be a problem. but also that Haywire Mine is also going to be a problem.
Problem!
Yeah, so I've declared the charge, he's come around the corner, he's ended here, and we're just going to have to see what happens to him from the Haywire Mine. So, what damage does it do?
2-4, hits on 2s,
Yeah.
lethal 5-up.
It's the stun though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, the stun. Not looking forward to this. Here we go. Oh, blimey. Okay, so it's 3 big hits here.
I'm gonna CP that.
Okay. Nice.
So that's 2 lethals.
So 4s. No AP on this though, is there?
No APL, no.
Okay, so I make 1 save. So that means that I get to block regular one of the crits there. So how much damage do I take in total from
4,
that?
6, 8.
So I take 8 wounds. I've got 11 wounds remaining, but by golly, that has not
And you
put
have
me...
3 wounds remaining.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I've taken 8 wounds, yeah.
So he's now injured.
Yep, so he's injured, and that
I-
means now he's going to go into the fight against that guy there. I don't think that guy will count as supporting because he's too far away from combat.
So would that mean that he would then do the point blank
Only,
Overwatch?
only if it ends in base-to-base contact or engagement range, which he's not for the combat here, so I don't think he can do anything. But his on-guard was...
The on guard was to either give him a free fight action.
which he won't be eligible for because he's outside of engagement range, and he's not point-blank, so I guess it's...
And I don't think he could do a regular Overwatch
because he was outside of there when he did it, because it's interrupted. But it's interrupting the action, so I assumed that you would be able to do it.
Okay, then...
Yeah, tell us if we're wrong. Tell us if we're wrong on this one here.
Okay, so Overwatch.
Yep.
Hitting on 4s.
Ooh, 1 big hit. AP on this one?
Nope. And this, so you're going to get all 3. 'Cause this is just a lethal 5-up.
Okay, cool. So, all...
No cover.
Okay,
So you
fine.
stop that.
Past it. Cool. Right, so I'm in combat now. 4 attacks, hitting on 4s now because I'm injured against the...
Marksman.
The marksman over here. It is 4s and 5s with the brutal keyword. I'm not entirely sure what the brutal keyword does, but let's find out. I hit you 2 big bang bazinga bean times.
And now my fight back, 3s.
Ooh.
Oh!
So I get
Right, ow, that was... Sorry?
that was awful, Bean, unfortunately, but I do get to do 8 damage to you in that case there. So he's not dead, but he is
Down to 4.
Pretty wounded at the end of that turn there. But you still control that objective. I wasn't able to take it from you in this point here. And as we move into the final round, it is literally all to play for because I think I can eke out a draw if I am lucky, but only if. We're kicking things off with combat at the beginning of turn quattro because it's all to play for now. Can I eke out the draw? Maybe, is the hot answer to that. So I've charged in with my herd goat, who can normally only do 3 damage maximum with one of his crits, but he has lethal 4-up and stun against this guy here. Now we're both going to be hitting on 3s because even though we're both technically counted as injured, we are supported by our friends. So I'm going to give it a try, and I guess I have 1 CP left, so if I do get a 4-up, I can spend 1 CP to boost that damage of the crit to 4 damage and kill him. That's how I'm going to go. That's how I'm going to go. Right, so here we go. I'm going to pay 1 CP to boost that to a crit, so that is going to be the 4 damage I need to kill your boy. And it was a good rebuttal. It was a good rebuttal. But unfortunately, I have herd-goaded him off this face of the earth.
Do I have any way to make him stand there till the end of the turn?
Unfortunately, you do, but he will disappear when it comes to scoring because it's the, what's it called? Only in death will blah, blah. Oh, no, it's not them. Their compendium guys have them. He doesn't have them. So we're both gone. Salute you, sir. Well done. Good battle.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Jolly good show. Okay, Beanie, he's pushed another person there to replace the one that got slain, and it is your...
Veteran.
The veteran, and he's not...
Injured at all.
Not injured at all, and he's also a pretty hot shot when it comes to shooting, and he's going to do so at my bionic fist wielder, Manalskar over here. So, here we go. Ooh, hits on.
He hits on 3s, so I'm going to spend a CP on one of those.
Ah.
Oh, poo-poos and the pee-pee pants.
Any AP on this?
No, so it's only P1 and lethal 5-ups. You get 3 5-ups. You might be able to jam it
Oh,
up.
he's done it.
You are a slave.
It's time, it's time. I have pushed my berserker, also known as the Mangler, over here. He's gone on to...
Billy Mangler.
I love it, man. He's gone over to there, he's gone for a charge. He's got the relentless keyword, 4 attacks, hitting on 4s and 6s, and because Beanie has already activated with this guy, I will get to resolve another successful hit if I get a critical strike against him. So let's see. And I will re-roll this one here. Ooh, there it be. Okay, so please roll, my friend. Nice.
Not really.
So I'm going to strike you with 6 damage and then another one for 4 damage. So that will be 10 in total straight away onto him.
So he is down to 2.
Yes, sir.
And then he will...
Paunchy me back, maybe.
Yeah, he's going to hit you for 5.
Cool. And then I will kill him with that
Yeah.
one there. So he is out of there. Nice work, buddy boy. Okay, so Beanie has now activated his Haywire Mine layer and he's going to shoot...
No, I'm not.
Oh, he's not? What's he going to do? What's he going to do?
I am going to move
What's he
Jimmy
gonna do?
Coward Pants further up so he can pick him back up if he gets incapacitated.
Oh, I like it, I like it. Remember, it doesn't work in combat, but if he gets shot, yes, he can.
Oh, so it's irrelevant.
It's
Damn
irrelevant.
Poo and peepees. Okay, so instead, I am still going to activate him,
Sure thing.
and he is going to do a move.
Yes.
Then he is going to heal himself. Physician,
Yes.
heal thyself.
I love it, I love it. 4.
3 again.
Love
so
it.
he is now up to 8, so he's
Very
no
nice.
longer injured.
Very nice.
And then he is going to take his opportunity to shoot that guy in the face.
This guy here, he has got a frenzy token, this lad, hasn't he? Yes. Yeah, he is. He should have one, at least. Oh, it's probably underneath his. No, it's not. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, then I will move him his full 6 instead of standing in the door.
Sure
Can I
thing.
have the tape measure?
You can indeed.
Thank you. So he was here. So the 6 will get him on basically in the doorway.
Nice. So he ends his turn over there with a full movement. Healed up and ready for action.
And would I be able to shoot anyone?
Don't
they're both
think
on...
so, because the line of sight here is very much against him.
Okay, so he can't do a whole lot of anything.
Sure thing.
That's a shame.
That's the end of his turn. So the medic realised that he could do a dash after healing himself up, so he did his heal, he did his move, he did his dash, he's ending here, and he is just within a gnat's chuff within range of objective number 2. Ooh, 6 APL on the board right here. I've only got 4, so I've got to figure out a way of getting these guys up close. So I've decided now, after much umming and ahhing, much bleating in the mind, to activate my Gnarlscar over here and charge in. Now, I've done a charge, and he's going to use his uncompromising attack, so I can do a free fight action and then a free shoot action, or vice versa. So I'm going to do the shoot action first. Remember, I am injured, so I'm going to be hitting on the coolest of 5s. Let's see if I can do any damage to him. 5s! Calling your numbers does not actually add up to them. So there we go, that's all of his shots done. Now it is time for his attacks. 4 attacks hitting on 3s would go to 4s. And this has the brutal keyword. So let's see if he does anything. He hits you twice.
Okay.
Booyah.
So I get 4 attacks back, hitting on 3s.
You do indeed. Ooh.
Oh, that is
But it's
boo-boo
enough
in the
to
pee-pee bed.
kill him. Or is it? Because I will parry with that, and then I will do.
Could I CP one? I have 2 CP.
You can CP one of those, my friends. Ooh.
Why is every time I have done a CP so far, I'm going to do another CP.
Okay, here we
Because
go.
I can.
Another CP. His last CP spent. Here we go. Fresh dice in the pot. It's a successful hit. So what I'm going to do then is I will punch you in the face for 4, and you will kill me for your one there. So,
Also down to 8 now.
yes, sir. So he's not actually out of the battle, but he's got the frenzy token right now. Which means that you're still stuck in combat with him, which is always nice indeed. It's time, baby. He's got the frenzy token on him, so he's still alive for now, and Beanie's locked in combat, so he's going to try and punch him in the face. Remember, all he needs to do is get 1 crit, and it completely knocks him off his socks. No
Didn't
crits.
get any crits. I got 2 hits.
And his fight back is surprisingly okay. Okay, so
So how does this work?
you have to resolve 2 normal hits against me.
Okay, normal hit.
I will do 6 John DiMaggio against
Okay.
you.
and
then
then
you will
another
kill him.
hit. Now get out of the way.
He has gone. Get out the way. He is out of there, and you are on how many wounds?
2.
Easy beats. Okay, cool. It is back to me. I'm being rude. He's got to fight. He's got to shoot. He got a move if he wants to as well. Yeah, I like that. He's just getting out of dodge. What a legend. And then a little shooty to see if you can kill the Manglar.
Yeah, why not?
Cool, there we go. So it's going to be the Manglar taking a few shots from the mine layer.
So hitting on 4s.
Yes, sir. Ooh,
One
big
whole hit.
And,
And
no
it's-
EP?
No AP.
5 ups. Has not made it so much damage.
Only the 3.
So he's still alive, but he is injured. Ouchie wawa. Okay, then it goes back to me. So this guy over here is actually the man of the match because he had a frenzy token on him and he decided to activate, go round this guy here and open the door for him before dying there
Nice
and
one,
then
Hodor.
on the spot. What a legend. That was his entire turn and it goes to Beanie's Overwatch.
Yes, Overwatch.
It is 4 shots from this guy trying to go down into the Manglar, hitting on 5s because he's on 4s normally because of
Same
injured.
him.
Oh, he's not injured, is he?
This guy isn't, he's on 8 wounds.
Oh, okay, so he's going to be hitting him 1 time.
1 whole time.
1.
And this is lethal 5 up, but it doesn't matter.
Ugh. 1 save, made
Yep,
it.
he's
Booyah. Cool, so that is him done. That goes back to my activation, which is going to be my lovely little Shaman, Shane McMahon. So, I believe that it is time to not try and get onto the objective, but stab some back. So the Flux Spray is going to do a charge around the corner into the back, the sensual back of your medic, and I'm going to try and stab him up real nice. Now, I get 4 attacks, but I will be hitting you on 4s because I am frenzied, my friend.
God, you love killing doctors.
I do!
It's reflect into your real life as well. God.
It's a real problem! So I'm going to do, I've got the Relentless keyword, hitting on 4s, so re-rolling everything. Ooh!
Who needs a reroll?
Delally. Okay, so that is 3 monstrous hits over there. Ooh, but you can take him out straight away because I will be able to do 5 damage to you.
Yep,
But then
and-
you'll be able to pie him off with
Goodbye.
the frenzy. So he's gone.
So he is now down to 3.
Oh, he's still alive. I was hoping to do a little bit more damage, but no mind. It is now down to your final Overwatch, and then that is all your activations done.
So this guy?
Which one? The medic?
Yeah, so the medic hasn't fired because he has lethal 5 up on his gun.
Gotcha, okay.
So he'll be hitting on 5s though because he
Yes,
is
he
injured.
will. So that was actually worth it in the end. It definitely was worth it because it's only 1 AP on this at all.
It's lethal 5 up, so you
Okay.
need a crit.
And
There's
there
the
it be. Okay, right, so that is the end of Beanie's Overwatch, and I'm going to do some movement. But first, my next activation, I'm
2
finally going
points.
to do that because I was thinking that I would end the battle without actually doing the mission objective. Thank you. We have scored some points. Now it's down to my movement. To quote Winters, this is the way the world ends, or something like that. Is
No,
that what
that's
he said?
exactly
Oh,
what he
that's good. I
says.
doubted myself halfway through
No,
then.
no, he said it at the end of every video.
Hi, Winters. This is the thing. I have got 3 guys on here, but I have technically 7 APL worth of control because this guy counts as being an extra 1 when determining who controls
Hit
an
that
objective
gong.
marker. Hit that gong, baby. It's the gong song. Over here, though, you have 6 APL, so I just eat control of this, meaning that we both end on 7 points.
Woo!
Yay!
We're both equally good.
We both equally suck as well. I love that.
Oh, well, you had to say the bad side.
It's all good, man. No, it's been a really fun battle and quite a tactical one as well because of the amount of movement that we had to do here. Obviously, there may have been some shenanigans with the frenzy token. We hopefully will get some clarification on that further down the line. But as it stands, a very powerful kill team. The problem is that they just don't have any ranged. Like
Yeah.
that is you need to get them up
But
close to do any damage.
But with that ability to have everyone within square being able to get a free dash each turn
Yep.
around the leader,
Yep.
if you clump up, you could probably get to the middle of the board and then just go, boys, go off and murder.
Well, if you think about if you team up the free dash with the counting all critical hits as regular hits with the gong guy next to them and giving him a 3-up invulnerable, you could potentially just find an objective, glob up on it and just stay
Death
there for the
ball.
rest of the thing. So yeah, it's a really fun kill team. I'm hoping to get them onto the table a bit more as well because I don't
painted.
think that they'll do well when it comes to the regular kill team, but here in the halls of the Gulo Dank, they've done fairly well on their first outing. The Phobos team, always coming up chef's kiss. Love them to pieces. So that has been our battle report for you today. Hope that you enjoyed it. If you want to follow us on the social medias, you can do so by going over to Instagram for Beanie.
Beanie 40k?
You're damn right, and you can follow me over there at RetroJ, but the O is a 0. Hope to see you over there soon. Check out our Discord and all of the links in the description for lots of little discounts and savings around the hobby universe. Until then, though, see you soon. Bye.
Bye.